record it like.
Okay.
So,
So,
in class now.
are you all in class now? Okay, good afternoon, everybody.
In class.
Today, we want to continue what we started last week. Our topic was federalism, and we are unable to finish it. I gave some assignments, which I'm not sure everybody has done, but notwithstanding, I have given the assignment to every one of us.
The only one.
So
I don't want my own video.
notwithstanding, were you in the class last week?
That's my girl. There's another person.
Hello, students.
Hello, sir.
I said our topic is federalism. Who can quickly give me a definition of the term federalism? Can anybody try?
Really? Is talking about.
You said?
I'm coming.
Are you going somewhere?
Yes.
What is federalism? There is no time. Let me just start. Federalism is a system of government in which there is constitutional sharing of power between the central government and the component units. And I told you last week that when we talk about central government, in Nigeria's case, we are talking about the Federal Republic of Nigeria. When we talk about the component unit, we are talking about all those states under the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I said, in a federation, there are three tiers of government. We have the federal government, we have the state government, and we have the local government. All these three tiers of government, they are what? They are coordinates. None of them is subordinate or superordinate. What do I mean by these three terminology? When I say superordinate, it means one is not superior over the other. Some people are talking underground. Can I continue? Can I continue, please?
Sir, yes, sir.
So when we talk about superordinate, means one tier of government should not be superior over the other. When we say they are all coordinates, that means they are all coexisting within the same federal structure, whereby one tier is not above the other. When I say subordinate, it means the local government is not subordinate to the federal. The component unit, the states are not subordinate to federal, and the local government is not subordinate to the what? To the state government. Do you get what I'm saying now? So these are the various tiers in a federal system. I also talked about the list, the legislative list in a federal system. Or if I said we have the what? The exclusive list, the concurrent list, and the residual. And I told you the definition of the three. By way of introduction, when we say exclusive list, we are talking about that list that specifies powers exercisable by the federal government alone. And I told you those powers are exercisable on various items. The items I mentioned them. In the exclusive list, part of the items under the exclusive list is power, foreign reserve, foreign exchange. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And those things those things that cannot be shared by federal government and the state government. Governance belong to the federal government. All the resources within the country, that is the natural resources and endowment, must be controlled by the federal government. Now we go to the word concurrent list. I said concurrent list are list of items that are in a legislative list that can be shared by both the federal government. Power is accessible by both the federal government and the state government. In this situation, such items, federal government exercises power on it, the state government exercises power on it. A good example of that is health issue. Anything that borders on health matters is exercisable by both the federal government, the state government, even the local government. Let us take, for instance, the health matters, or when we talk about the health sector. At the state government, at the federal government level, they have the federal teaching hospitals and federal medical centers. At the state level, what do they have? Hello, am I speaking to somebody?
Yes, sir.
What do they have at the state level? What do they have at the state level? They have the general hospital. Now at the local government level, they have what we call the primary health center. Do you get what I'm saying now? So it is exercisable by both the central government and the what? And the component unit, or its coordinates, is a component unit. So having said that, we have also education, which falls under the what? Under the state and federal government purview. So we have the last list. Who can tell me the last list? Hello?
Residual list.
Yes, we have the residual list. Thank you. The residual list, like I told you, yes, the residual list, like I told you, is exercisable by only the state government according to some. Some say the federal government too. Sorry, some say the state government, while some say it is exercisable by the what?
So how come I'm the host?
The item that the power is exercisable by the state government. Why some argue that the residual list belong to the what? Belong to the local government. But the most authentic of it is that it is the state government that exercises residual power. Are you with me? Are you people
Yes,
still
sir.
with me? Having said that, who can tell me the problems of federalism, please? There are so many problems that can rear its head in a federal system of government. The first one is allocation of resources. it is very difficult to allocate resources in a federal system. Different states agitate for lion share because those states where or the host community where those resources are tagged agitate that they should get the larger share of the resources. Are you with me? So that brings a problem. And in solving this problem, the 1999 Constitution has recognized what we call the quota system. Not only the quota system, what we call also call the federal character. Are you getting it? And to solve this problem also, government has done a lot. Part of the effort that government has put in place is the what? Is the derivative principle. That any state that they get these resources, they are entitled, they have the entitlement of 13% derivative formula. Are you with me now? Are you people with me? So, having said that, this is just one of the problem of federalism. Another, but this question is often asked in the WAEC and NECO. So let us listen attentively. The second one, apart from the problem of allocation of resources, the other one is the language barrier. In a Nigeria federalism, we see that we have over 2,000 local languages that we don't even understand each other. That is why the development ourselves in English language. So all these nationalities of these different local extractions, or what we call local languages, all of them tend to fight each other in order to say one particular tribe or ethnicity is what is superior to the other. That is another problem. Language barrier. Part of the problem is ethnicity. You can see that ethnicity is the bane of Nigerian federalism. In all ramifications, employment, there is ethnic politics. Recruitment, there is ethnic politics. Getting admission into higher institution, there is ethnic politics. Ministerial appointment, there is ethnic politics. Anything you want to do in Nigeria, ethnicity has become the order of the day. Hence, the country is not moving ahead. Apart from that, we have the problem of the minority. Minority rights are not protected. You can see that people that fall in the category of the minority group, they are not really catered for. I have told you earlier on that that is what is causing the problem of some set of people want to secede. And in federal system, secession is not allowed. Secession is not allowed because all of the units agreed to put their resources together in order to form a federal system of government. So that is another problem. Apart from that, we also have the problem of social engineering, or what you can say, even development. There is no even development in all the regions or all the states. Some states are well developed, while some are underdeveloped, while some are developing states. So these are the what? These are the issues in a federal system of government. Apart from what is called by the heterogeneous nature, language barrier. Another issue is the issue of there is no governmental will. The will is not there by the government to make sure federalism is being practiced how it must be practiced. Having said that, let us look at the various ways by which we can solve the problems of federalism. Can somebody tell me one, please? Toyiba, can you tell me one of the ways we can solve the problem of federalism? Go. Aminat, what about you? What about Nafisat? Can you tell me any way we can solve the problem of federalism? Okay, nobody is talking. Number one way of solving the problem of federalism is the issue of there must be equitable allocation of resources. There must be proper execution of the federal character and the quota system. All regions and states must be evenly developed. There must be what we call judicial independence. Not only that, there should be rotational presidency, as in power sharing, in which every region must taste power, unlike the way the Igbos are ostracized. This does not make a good federation. Everybody must have a bit of. Then there must be rule of law. There must be what we call rule of law. That is, government must rule, must govern according to the stipulated laws of the land. That is, and no animal must be above each other. If you read Shakespeare very well, it says there is an aspect of Shakespeare that says all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the other. But in a federal system, in a true federalism, all animals must be equal. I get what I'm saying now. Also, there must be what we call fiscal federalism. Fiscal federalism. FISCAL. Fiscal federalism. A situation whereby all tiers of government, the federal government, the state government, and the local government, all of them must be what? Must be sovereign, must be autonomous, financially autonomous. It will not be a situation where, thank God to the president that he has used his executive order to make the local government to be financially autonomous. It will not be a case that happens in the federation whereby the state government are the one hijacking the money for the local government and decide to distribute it to them the way they like. If it is complete, nobody knows. If it is shared evenly, nobody knows. But in this case, federal government sends money directly to the account of the what? Of the local government, the local government chairman. Also, so apart from all this, the rule of law, there must be equality before the law. Nobody must be above the law. Apart from that, there must be press independence. There must be freedom of what? Press. Freedom of press. There must be periodic election. Then the constitution, there must be what we call constitutionalism, that is supremacy of the constitution. The constitution must be supreme. Whatever is not contained in the constitution must not be allowed to be the order of the day. It is what the constitution covers. If you check section 1, subsection 3 of the 1999 constitution, it states, and I quote, that any law that is not in line, let me put it that way because of your level, what is written there is that any law that is inconsistent with the provision of the 1999 constitution, such law will be null and void to the extent of its inconsistency. So what we are saying is that Nigerian constitution, maybe you say it is a military law, it is this, it is that, it is supreme above any other law in this country called Nigeria. So the right of the less privileged must be protected. Another way of solving the problem is that the minority problem must be solved. They must be catered for. We must be minority sensitive. The minority group, their own region too must be evenly developed. When we do all this I have said, you will see at the end of the day, federalism will be the best system in which everybody wants to practice. Are you with me now? Are you with me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Most of you have gone. Oh. We have only Toyiba and officer remaining. So, having said all I have said, what summary can you give me from what I have said? Okay, let me ask you. Okay, tell me. You wanted to say something.
Definition of federalism is the
Yes.
division of powers among levels or ties of government.
It's not. I don't like your definition between the central and the component, central government and the component units. You now say, for example, sharing of power among the 3 tiers.
Okay, sir.
Of government. Yes, you are going to sharing of power. Okay, between the central government and the component units, in which all the entities in the federal system are all coordinate. They are not subordinate, and none is what? Subordinate. I'm listening to you.
Then the merit between the central and the
Is that Toyiba?
yes, sir.
But did you get what I have told you? The approach I have given you here is the approach that you will use to answer your question in a WAEC situation. Do you get what I'm saying now? It's different from the way you are being taught in secondary school. That they will now tell you what is the definition, what are the features. Now, they may also ask you, what are the features of federalism? Who can tell me?
Sir, there is rigid constitution.
Yes. There's constitutional sharing of power. That's the first thing you should say. There is constitutional sharing of power between the central government and the component units. Do you get what I'm saying now? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
So there is constitutional sharing of power between the central government and the component units. So that one is the first point you must make. And having said that, what other? There is rigid constitution, yes.
There is supremacy of the constitution.
Supremacy of the law, constitution, yes.
Bicameralism.
judicial independence. Yes, yeah. Were you in the class last week?
Yes, sir.
So I taught you. Yes, yes. I like what you are doing. There is bicameralism. What is bicameralism?
Two hours.
I told you that bicameralism is a legislative system in a federation whereby we have two levels of legislative arm. Okay, we have the what? The upper
Can you
chamber
repeat
and
it?
the lower.
The definition of
You said
bicameralism. Can you repeat the
bicameralism
definition?
is, yes, I said it's a legislative arrangement in a federal system in whereby there are two chambers of the legislative arm, and which are the upper chamber and the lower chamber. In the case of Nigeria, we call them the Senate and the House of Representatives. They call them different names in different countries. Do you get what I'm saying now? In another state, in another country like USA, you have the Congress, and I don't remember the other one that they call it. In between, they call them the House of Commons, and if you Google it, you will see it. They call them different names but in Nigeria, we call them the Senate and the House of Representatives. What other features? So if they ask you in your exam, what are the defects of federalism? The defects are the problems I have listed and explained for you. I told you the language barrier, problem of resource allocation, problem of power sharing, problem of even development among all the region or the component units, the problem of minority. Do you get what I'm saying now? The problem of minority, okay? The problem of language barrier, the heterogeneous nature. Do you know the meaning of heterogeneous nature?
No. No,
That
sir.
is, for something to be heterogeneous, it means different groups coming together that do not have the same background. Do you get what I'm saying now? So it will be hard for them to coexist peacefully. Just take an example in Nigeria. We have the Hausa, we have the Igbo, we have the Yoruba. All of us, we have different historical background. So coming together may cause a problem. So it's also a problem in federalism. Resource allocation, power sharing, minority problem. Then there's another one. Apart from resources allocation, there is another one, revenue allocation. There's another problem. Then state creation is another problem. In a federalism or in a federation, it is not easy to create states because of the what? Of the bottlenecks involved. If you create a state, the northerner will say the state is in favor of the north. If it is a southern state, the northern will say the state is in favor of the south. If it is a northern state, the southerner will say it is in favor. So there's a problem of state creation in a federal system. Then the implementation of federal character is also detrimental. Is detrimental to those that are called the minority. So and so on and so forth. So those are the things, the issues that can come in a federal system of government. So we are going to draw the curtain. I want you to do as an assignment, differentiate between federalism and confederalism. Do you enjoy the class today? Hello? Hello,
Yes,
am
sir.
I with you?
Yes, sir.
What can you say about our lecture since you have been attending it? Has it been interesting or what? so that I can adjust. What is the assessment of our class? Government class.
I can't hear you, sir.
You said?
We can't hear you.
I said, what is your assessment of our government class? Is it okay, or what is needed to be
Okay, sir.
imputed? Is that Oiba talking? Now,
Yes,
Visa,
sir.
what is your own view? Is it okay?
I don't know. Oh, yes, sir. It's okay.
You say you don't know. Why now? Why is it? Why did you
Sir,
say you don't
it's okay.
know? Okay. Good day, everybody. We shall meet in peace next week. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Alexa, answer that barakatuh.
Do you have any question?
Yes, sir.